in these 8 months, there were many events happened. What was your Grace situation with the military council?
Some releases come which it is not so encouraging. We have to reply. We have raised our voice.
Yeah.
Some releases come to deal with the finance of the church. We refused and we declared.
Okay.
These days, every day we have to face a problem. And we must have a group who are specialized to speak, to go, to deal with the problems wisely, calmly,
Yeah.
but we haven't to leave our rights in such a community. I believe that we must have to speak, but not to quarrel.
Yeah.
And for this we must have a group who are specialized, talented, experienced, and we have.
Thank God.
Such as the elections of the Pope.
Yes.
We have a good, talented people, you know, with good jobs in the Ministry of Justice, very good, big jobs. They have good experience. So yesterday you can find in the election youth working to help the people, serve the people, and at the same time very big jobs who are having the voting and we see. So yesterday it is a kind of the talented people and the capabilities of the Coptic Church. All of them, they ask and they insist they work and they help the church.
Thank God.
But we have to know how to deal with them, how to encourage them, how to choose everyone in the suitable situation where I can follow up.
Concerning your Grace relationship with the President Morsi.
We met in different occasions, especially most of it celebrations of the military schools. And also he invited us in more than one occasion to meet. But the meeting which you have to discuss some subjects in the country, it was last week when he invited the heads of the churches and the Muslim authorities, and he is asking, what is your opinion for the coming period to do? Each one of those who have the word express his opinion for passing over the time. I myself spoke about first the security to be assured in the country, because security, feeling with peace, it is the most important issue which we can begin all our programs for development. First. Second, to legalize canonically everything in the country, such as the laws of building churches, not to leave it for the people who are in their offices. Yeah. This one is accepted today, the other come, he's refused. And so some of us spoke about the build churches to be legalized. It is not as a problem. I raised the importance of revising the programs in the Ministry of Education, all the programs, because many books which it is taught to the people, to the children, is not accepted in the Christian faith. Education, media, the sermons of the worship houses, even mosque or church, and the Egyptian family. If we have to prepare them to deal with the national unity and to have legal behavior to give everyone of the community his rights as he have his duties, it will be a good step for the future.
We are enjoying the discussion with Your Grace, but we have to take a few minutes break, and then we will come back again to meet His Grace and the Bakhomios.
Thank you.
Dear Sayyidina, concerning the subject of ordaining many priests, you had ordained like 100 priests in a short period, like 8 months. What are the criteria of a priest you ordain, and why it's like a big number relative to the period?
In fact, the two vicars of Cairo and Alexandria, they told me, since His Holiness suffered from pains and diseases about 2 or 3 years, there is no ordinations. But the people who are called to be ordained is ready. So I found that there is people who are ready, had been experienced and accepted from their communities. But the problem was in His Holiness. He can't to go to the churches and ordain. So I put 5 points. First, I meet the called persons who are accepted to be a priest, a spiritual meeting with him and his family. Second, to meet the priests who are in charge of the church, and I have discussed them if they are approving, what is their feelings about him. Third, to meet the committee in charge of the church, the deacon council of the church. You see. Fourth, I have to send one of the bishops to visit the church to see how far he is accepted from his flock. If these 4 points is fulfilled, I come to the fifth point to fix the time to ordain. But I have to send. If anyone have any objection after these 4 steps to be taken, he can meet me to discuss with me what is his objection. Every area I have to delegate one of the bishops because I have no time to go, and he sit with the people, he make a report. I found no objection. I found 90% are of the 10s, they're not objecting, but they don't know this one. We can't say what about him. But if there is anyone who have a subject for objection, I ask Abuna, the father of the church, to let him come to meet me, and I discuss with him why he is objecting. And in the ordination, in the ceremony of the ordination, I bring the candidate on in the sermon of the main sermon. I say, is this the one who have chosen? They say yes. I say, you have to him axios. No one had been ordained without the declaration in the church before ordination and the day of ordination to be approved and accepted by his people.
Thank God. Back to the subject of the constitution. Do you really believe that the common constitution will cover the needs of the Copts?
As far as we see it till today, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. Till today, they are very concerned not to let us become angry because if we left, everything will finish.
Yeah.
So till today, our opinion is accepted, and it had been put in the Constitution.
Thank God.
At the same time, we are planning not only with the other Christian churches, but also with the Azhar. The Azhar is very cooperative with us. Till today, they are very careful not to object anything, because if we have withdraw, the Constitution Committee will fall down.
Okay.
But we don't know what it will happen together. For this, till now, it is not wise to leave the committee.
Yes.
Till now. Because some people, they say, why you haven't left till now? It is not so wise, because if we left and they have the majority, they will put any law which can harm us.
Yes.
So I say, I stress on, till today, we are taking care very, very well. Everything that has been discussed with us, and our candidates, Senior His Grace Ambabola, Mr. Edward Ghalib, Mr. Munsif Naguib, they are very careful, and if you have to see how they are struggling to keep laws for our benefit, you can astonish. You see, for this, thanks to God, we have come to many good results. We have to our Sharia, the principle, not the Sharia laws to be, but the laws, what you call it, the principles, not the Sharia.
Yeah.
We have to choose our spiritual leaders. We have the right for freedom of religion. We have cancelled the law of zakah. Yeah. We have cancelled the law of rakaz. We have cancelled the law of the personality of God, because the thinking of God in our church differently. We believe in one God in three persons.
Yes.
So we have succeeded in this, and Al-Azhar also is with us with this.
Thank God. When we speak about the Muslim Brotherhood, and nowadays they are taking over most of the politics and decisions, what do you think, Your Grace, the situation for the Copts nowadays?
Passing the history of Egypt and the church, we faced some periods most like this period, but without, the last century, in the 18th century, the Coptic Church faced many problems, especially during the Mamalik.
Yes.
And as well, they are very, very Islamic and very, very, very fanatic, you see. But the church had passed and kept its strength.
Yes.
As I said yesterday to some people, our church is not built on a man, it is built on a rock. And the rock is Christ, and the rock is the faith. Yeah. So if the Muslim brothers are in the authority, we don't feel fear. It is the church have what you had come over all these problems. Yes. But we have to raise our voice to ask our rights, yes, not to leave our rights.
When you were giving some lectures in many churches and some sermons, you kept saying, don't go for immigration.
I respect the people who have immigrated. We pray that God be with them to open the doors to them. But I prefer our people who are here to keep their stay in Egypt, you see, because it is our land, yeah, our history, our heritage. We have many important memories. Christ came here, the land of the monastery, the land of the martyrs, the land of the theological teachings, you see. So Egypt for us, it is not a place for living, but it is a place for heritage.
Yes.
So I have to call my people not to leave because of the problems. Because every place we have to go, there is a problem.
Yes.
But if there is anyone, no way to solve his problem, oh, God bless him and go.
Okay.
But I haven't to encourage people. There are many families who are well established, welfare is going, they have you see their income, then a problem with them. They are saying, oh, because our children will do what is in the future. But in every place, our children can face the problems.
Yes. Concerning the bad movie which was done by some and it was against the Prophet of Islam, and we knew that your grace name was put in this problem in a way. What was your...
In Christianity, we must respect everyone. For this, it is a spiritual teaching in the Christian faith to respect the other, whatever they are. It is not our faith. It is not our behavior. We must respect the others, not to speak badly about them, because everyone is free to take his, to choose his way of behavior. For this, I reject this this attitude from anyone, and we must be.
How about...
We must live in peace with our brothers.
Yeah. How about for those who burned the Bible in response to this?
I blame them, but I advise my people, be careful, because if you have to make like this, maybe anyone treats you in such a way which it is not accepted from our side. We reject this this burning of the Bible. You see, it is not a good social behavior or a humanitarian behavior. We must, everyone in our country must respect the religion of the other.
Yeah. Coming to the last part of the election, we need to have a few minutes break. Thank you, Sayyidina. Coming back to our historical interview with His Grace, our beloved Amba Bakhomios, and now the subject of the elections of the coming Pope. Everyone can see that it was very organized yesterday, and it passed through many steps, the few months left. But we can ask you, what were the conflicts inside the synod?
The most important conflict, it was the members of the elections.
Okay.
Because we are dealing with the laws of 1957. During this law, there was no Christians abroad.
Okay.
But now there are many priests, bishops, and many believers, children of the church, and we are very, concerned that you have to share. There is no law, and at the same time there is a reality and importance. For this, we propose that we have to put areas in consideration. Then other people, some people, they have raised a matter in the court, you see.
Yeah.
And we have revised the matter many times, you see. We have a committee for the electors, and a committee for opposing these electors, then a committee for collection, committee for introducing the members, you see. We have many committees. But thanks to God, till on last Tuesday, the last two claims had been expired.
Thank God. How about the objections? Many objected upon many of the names of the 17th.
We declared in our minutes that all the 17 are our beloved fathers and brothers. They are good servants to the church. We respect them, but in our committee, just to prepare the papers, to give every talent to be used in the suitable way.
Okay.
And we in the committee of elections choose the 5. We have read all the objections, letters, emails, the saying of the street, not the shara, telephone calls, everything that had been introduced in the committee. And we have to, and we have all of us went to the monastery and stayed many days there. And we have discussed everything very frankly, very confidentially, in the base, not any one of them are bad, but we are keeping the dignity of everyone, and we just put the papers in a right way, to put the talents, everyone in his talents. Then we have a secret election, اقتراع سري, and it comes that the 5 who have been declared about those who come to the elections.
Yeah. Concerning the committee, Sayyidina, how did you choose the nominating committee, the 18 number?
The 18 number.
Yeah.
I myself, I put a regular, what we make it in the nomination committee in the ecumenical conferences, the same system. Because there is a, what you call it, rules of debate. Yeah. I have benefit from this. So I put the map of the church, that from Delta, from Upper Egypt, from Cairo and abroad, and from the Western Desert and the Eastern Desert. So this make the constitution of, and that's from the clergy. From the laity, canonical, legal lawyers, what you call it, expertise in the constitution was. It had been voted, and the voting was by no objections from the voting.
Many people were thinking, why didn't yourself accept being a pope?
You see, my conscience is not so arrested by this. I am now 77 years. It is not so, you see, the work of the Pope wants activity going here and there, you see. Thank to God, in this 80 months, He gave me a special strength to overcome. But, and if I have to accept with limited effort, my conscience will be not so. Second, I am very related to my people in the diocese, you see. Thirdly, the work of the Pope wants more talents, and I know my weakness. So it is not so, my conscience is not so accept this.
But I have to tell you, Sayyidina, all the Copts are proud of your spiritual leadership during these 8 months. And we are really grateful and thank God for this.
It is a grace from God. I feel that is the fruit of the prayers and fastings of people in this time.
Yeah.
I feel that is the, gratis grace from God to help us in this time, you see.
Okay. Let me give you the last question about what do you, let's say, advise or recommend for the coming Pope?
As I said, he must, the spiritual life, and this it is very important for him, but I think he has to stress on the life of prayer by its wide meaning.
Church.
Life of prayer means the people who pray the churches for prayers, monasteries for prayers, everything, books for prayers or for spiritual, to stress on the life of prayer and spiritual life. Secondly, teachings, sermons, homilies, clericia, teaching the monks, the Sunday school, all the fields of Orthodox teaching. Thirdly, to stress on the pastoral work, because our people now in this time, they are in need for more service of the grace of the church, more help from the church. So we must have specialized pastoral work, mission work, immigration, in the local field, many needs for the people. So these three pillars for the work is very important: prayer, teaching, Orthodox teaching, pastoral work. And in the administration, specialized secretariat institutes. These 6 points, very concentrated, and every one of them, it is a large plan.
Yes.
Plan. By the blessing of the fathers, members of synod, many priests are very talented, many deacons are very talented. We have to get all the talents to discuss what we make in these fields. And as far as we believe in such a way, with a clear policy in the church and a written structure, you see, to let us see the future vision of the church through the world, and the vision for the responsibilities towards our people, our country, the world, all the other churches, Christian churches. Yeah. We are in need to discuss the matter in a very wide way. I feel there is the canonical or the legal field will take an importance, such as the new laws for choosing the patriarch, a constitution for the church, bylaws for the church. Because our church now, there is a constitution, there is no bylaws. You see, bylaws, everything, what is the financial, what is the secret, what is the church deacon committees, all this, it must be written.
May I ask Your Grace, what was the hardest time through this 8-month period?
Thanks to God, everything came to peace. I was so keen to keep 3 important issues in this world. To keep the peace of the church, the unity of the believers, not to be offended, no athra, see?
Yeah. Because
many things have to, for this when I have to find anything which is don't fulfill these points, I am, thanks to God, thanks to my colleagues, the Holy Synod and the Arachna. They were very cooperative. The priests were very cooperative. The church, the laity were very. You see, yesterday, everything had been done by the youth, the priests, the monks, the bishop. Everyone is working very happy. So we thank God. But the most important problem, it was the committee of electors.
Yes.
Because this one want to be called in the list. The laws prevent, or he's become angry. But thanks to God that he have brought us to this time.
What's your advice, Sayyidina, for the whole Copts all over the world during these coming days?
Keep the word of God in our hearts, the promises of God. Now we are facing many problems, but we have many promises from the Holy Bible. It can help us in many things. The promises of God will encourage us, will let us be in faith and believe that God don't leave us or leave the church. The church is built on the rock of the faith. Every problem we have to face, we have to return to the Bible to find many promises which can help us. Secondly, the love between us, each one the other. The clergy with the people with the church, with all of us with the church, with God. Love. Thirdly, the oneness of spirit, oneness of heart. It is very important. This will have to keep the peace of the church and the improving of the church. God bless you.
Thank you, Sayyidina. Would you mind to give us just one sentence on the best of each of the elected? I mean, one word about Amba Raphael, the best in his life, and one word about Amba Tawadros, and another word about Abu Raphael.
You can find Bishop Raphael. He is a very ecclesiastical. Amba Tawadros, renewal. Amba Abuna Raphael, monasticism.
Thank you, Sayyidina, for this precious time. We're really grateful, and all the church are grateful for your effort and service all these months and days and nights. And we are praying that God may bless the church the coming days and crown your service for the effort you have done. And please pray for all of us.
God bless you. I'm very happy to be with you. And I hope for your channel every progress to witness Christ all over the world. Thank you very much. You are welcomed. We hope to see you again.
Thank you, sir.